It is always important to stay plugged in or connected. However, in these unprecedented times, it is critically important to stay connected. And I know it's tough to do it when we literally have to stand apart from each other. I am Kevin Martini, and I am a mortgage strategist that helps realtors help families not just touch, but hold the American dream. And I help families create wealth with real estate. This is a special video edition of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, and I'm calling it 5 Questions a Homeowner, a Home Buyer, or a Realtor Needs to Know Now.
This is the Martini Mortgage Podcast with Kevin Martini.
I am recording the 99th episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast at an undisclosed, secure quarantine location. And I have curated this episode with the help of Logan Martini, who is my business partner and fellow mortgage strategist here at the Martini Mortgage Group with Benchmark Mortgage. Oh, by the way, Logan also happens to be my son too. Now, I'm going to start to give you a sneak peek at the 5 questions a home buyer, a homeowner, or a realtor needs to know. Question number 1 I'm going to answer is, when will the economy recover? Question number 2, how will unemployment impact housing? Question number 3, are we going into a recession? Question number 4, it is springtime. Should you buy a home now? Question number 5, I love my home and it's going to be my home for a long time. Should I refinance, Kevin Martini? That is a lot of questions for one podcast. So let's start mixing up this cocktail with question 1. When will the economy recover? As a primer, we all have to understand, it is my opinion, right now we are in a pause, a lot like when there is a massive snowstorm in Raleigh, North Carolina. There is 5 feet of snow on the ground and it's still snowing. And no one knows when the snow is going to stop. The roads are too dangerous to drive on, but we do not have access to everything we like, but we still have access to bread and milk. The snow will stop falling and the snow on the ground will melt. And when it does, the infrastructure is intact. And business as usual should be able to return very quickly. Yes, I am comparing what is going on to a snowstorm, and we are all sheltered in place. This is not like a tornado that destroys the city and we have to start rebuilding. It's just a pause. I know a crazy analogy, but think about it. The economy is on pause, and soon we will hit the play button. And when we do, I think it will be like watching on fast forward speed. I'm not the only one that thinks this. 3 of the major financial institutions, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Morgan Stanley, are all calling for a rapid V-shaped recovery. Just imagine this. A little boy with a rubber ball in his paw. The rubber ball is representing the economy in this story. The boy has the ball over his head and is throwing it very hard towards the pavement. That ball is traveling very fast downward towards the pavement. That is where we are right now. However, when that ball hits that pavement, it's going to bounce back and be even faster than the boy threw the ball, and will go higher than what the boy threw the ball from. Another crazy analogy, but I truly believe it, and I'm not the only one. Price Waterhouse did a survey of leaders from a cross-section of industries, and they asked this question. If COVID-19 were to end today, how long would you estimate it would take your company to get back to business as usual? 66%. 2 out of 3 said less than 1 month. 90% said 1 to 3 months, it would be business as usual. The economic recovery is like termites in North Carolina. It's not a question if you get termites, it's when you will get them. Buckle up, boys and girls. I think we are in for a massive housing boom, especially when you consider these epic mortgage rates that are here today. Right now, the second question, will unemployment impact housing? It's a very fair question. So many families right now are on unemployment rolls, and it's important to understand we are unemployed right now because not the U.S., but because of the COVID-19. The fundamentals of the U.S. economy on the aggregate have not changed because of this crisis. Here's a talking point I need you to know. There is no direct relationship between unemployment rates and home sales. Let us look at the fact that are littered in history right now. In 92 to 93, the unemployment rate was rising, yet home sales increased. The same time happened in 2001 to 2002. Unemployment rose and home sales increased. Now, the only time in recent history there was a rise in unemployment and a significant decrease in home values was during the Great Recession. But you have to understand, during that period of time, not even a note from your mom would help you get a mortgage. I get how some of you think there is a connection between home sales and unemployment, but it really does not exist, friends. The third question I want to address is if we were going to go into a recession. The answer is I do not know, but the technical definition of a recession requires that there be 2 consecutive quarters of economic decline. So I find it hard to believe that we are already in a recession. With that said, if we take the Great Recession out of the equation, 3 out of the last 4 recessions in the U.S., home values went up. The only time they went down was in 1991, and they went down less than 2%. Here's an important point I need you to highlight. Wait for it. Recession does not mean housing crisis. Let me say it again. Recession does not mean housing crisis. Question number 4. It's springtime. Should you buy a home now? Listen, whoever says buy now is crazy because I have been in the financial services since the late 80s, and I have yet to meet 2 families that had the same goals or situation. So I don't know if you should buy a home this spring or this summer or this year. What I do know is that you owe it to yourself and your family to get the information you need to make an informed decision. The first step to home ownership is not the home. It's actually the loan. Towards that end, if buying for the first or the 5th time, the first step is to connect with a mortgage strategist to go over your options. I have found that many people overestimate the amount of money needed for down payment, and many people overestimate the credit score that is needed to buy a home. Both myself and Logan Martini are here to help you understand your options. Just give us a jingle at 919-238-4934. A couple more nuggets. If you want to buy a home, buying sooner rather than later could save you a ton of money now and in the future. According to the Federal Reserve, the net worth of a homeowner is 45 times greater than that of a renter. We all need to have a roof over our head. Don't rent that roof. Logan and I can help you own it. Now, the final question, you love your home and it's going to be your home for a while. Should you refinance? The answer is maybe. It has always mattered, but right now it matters even more. Who you get your loan from and who develops your debt management strategy matters. I believe that person should be trusted and should be able to provide a custom home loan solution that you understand and should be able to process your request flawlessly, and it should be a frictionless process. Oh, by the way, that's what Logan and I do here with the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage. Let us find out if we could save you money every month, or maybe put a little bit more money in your bank account, or maybe even reduce your term. Just give us a jingle at 919-238-4934. In closing, I know that right now is uncertainty. Regardless of the environment, it is important to know that I truly believe it's all going to be okay, and both Logan and I are dedicated to provide you with trusted advice with a servant's heart in these times of uncertainty and in times of certainty. Just let us know how we can help. My name is Kevin Martini, and I'm not just a mortgage loan officer. I'm a mortgage strategist that helps realtors help families not just touch, but hold the American dream, and I help families create wealth with real estate. Thank you. Thank you for listening and sharing this special video edition of the Martini Mortgage Podcast with someone you care about or someone you know that will benefit from it. Wishing you safety, peace, and blessing. Cheers.
The Martini Mortgage Group makes real estate dreams a reality with trusted advice in a stress-free environment with great rates and on-time closings while providing a world-class experience. If you or someone you know has questions about the current mortgage rates or the current mortgage programs, please reach out to the Martini Mortgage Group at 919-238-4934. The information contained in this podcast presentation is for general product information purposes only. Arklatex Financial Services, LLC, NMLS number 2143, doing business as Benchmark Mortgage, makes no representations or warranties of any kind expressed or implied about the completeness, reliability, suitability, or availability with respect to the information, products, or services. All loans subject to borrower qualifying. Other restrictions may apply. Branch Manager Kevin Martini, NMLS number 143962. Branch located at 5650 Six Forks Road, Suite 101, Raleigh, North Carolina 27609. Contact the branch by calling 919-238-4934. Equal housing opportunity.